Every life has a soundtrack. Join me as we invite guests to share their journey through music, one song at a time. 10 moments, 10 memories. I'm your host, Sean, and welcome to 10 Tracks.
Are you ready?
Welcome to 10 Tracks. My guest today is HACHè Costa. HACHè is a Spanish multi-instrumentalist, conductor, and music producer. He is a composer who has worked in contemporary music, opera, pop rock, cinema soundtracks, and stage music. By critics and the Spanish press, he has been described as one of the most powerful composers here, a potential genius, and as an obscure Rimbaudian composer. HACHè, welcome to 10 Tracks.
Welcome, Sam. How are you?
An obscure Rimbaudian composer. How do you take that?
Well, this lover, I really like this lover. I think I am a Rimbaudian composer. I am a Rimbaudian person. I think that this label fits with me because maybe I am a teenager, like as the young Rimbaud was. But for me, always is surprising that people. When people say to me, "Oh, you are you have a lot of darkness in your music. You are so obscure." Well, for me, it's a surprise because for me it's normal. It's a normal thing, but it's obvious that people thinks that, and well, I really like the dark.
I take it as a compliment, and obscure to me is a compliment, because if it's like, oh, you sound like everybody else, then how are you unique
Sure.
or special?
Well, Sean, I think that this you have said is very interesting because music today is more clear than ever. The sound is excessively clear. There is light in every music, in every picture, in every movie, and this for me does not work.
Yeah,
I really like the noise. I really like, and for the people, I really like people with some noise, because people that have live a real life always have a sort of noise, a sort of dust over their shoulders, and I really like this.
yes, I agree. HACHè, tell me first off, where are you in the world?
I'm today Madrid, Spain, the center of Spain.
Capital of Spain too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell me where you grew up in Spain.
Well, it was in Galicia, the north of Spain, northwest of Spain.
Galicia is actually close to, is it part of the Atlantic Ocean? You can actually get to the ocean from there?
Sure, we are at the ocean. Yeah, if you look through your window, you can see the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, and we are very nearly from Santiago de Compostela, 30 kilometers from Santiago de Compostela.
Which is famous for the trail, like people leave from France and go to Spain and they go the road to Santiago, right? Is that what it's called in English, maybe?
That's right. My hometown is called Noia. Is not a point for this travel. because the journey ends before you can arrive to my town. But people often goes to this town because it's a medieval one. Yeah. Ancient architecture, ancient art, and then people goes to Noia. It's a very beautiful place.
And now we're talking about this song or this artist that you're talking about. This is actually track 1 on your list. Am I correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So this was done, I think the composer, it was originally for piano prelude or preludo.
That's right. It's a piece for solo piano.
But it was released after he had died. Is that what I understood?
Sure, that's right. That is why, because we have 2 versions of the title, because Albéniz does not give a definitive one for the piece. Yeah.
Now, from what I understand, he was a Catalan artist, pianist and composer, and he was also part of creating almost like the Spanish nationalist style of music.
Sure.
Is that?
Yeah, that's right. Those were years where Spanish was not into the romantic movement. When you are studying in a serious way, in a serious manner, you are studying the truth romanticist. We are talking about 1885, maybe in Germany, then France, then United Kingdom. But in Spain, we can't talk. We're not allowed to talk about romanticism up to 1970, maybe. Too late. It's too late. And this energy of moving to the national identities and put them into music, well, it's the time of Albéniz, the music of Albéniz. And Albéniz did this kind of work. He was taking a lot of elements from the music from Andalusia, from flamenco, from the flamenco of the future, because at that moment we can talk about flamenco. It's right. And there were a lot of composers that were working in that identity. It's very attractive. It's very.
But do I understand it correct? Like, he lived a lot of his life abroad. He wasn't in Spain. So when he wrote or composed some of his work, it was very much missing Spain or thinking about Spain or romanticizing about Spain in a way. Is that correct?
In the case of Albéniz, Albéniz was a great liar. About his own life. He was always lying. He said that I have been in Cuba. Yeah, in America. I have been playing in Cuba. I left my home. I left my parents in Spain, and then I go to Cuba. That's a lie. He was playing in Cuba, but his father was there also.
Let's jump to track 2. This is the Platters, Twilight Time. And this is from 1958 originally.
Yeah, well, I don't know the year of the song, because I have chosen this song not due to the Platters. I really like music by the Platters, but I have chosen this song for you because when I was a child, there was a Spanish version of this song called Al caer la noche, well, it's we can say that it's nearly to the original. Yeah,
Noche is night, right?
Not as night.
Okay,
that's right. Twilight time. Yeah, it's a good translation. Yeah.
okay.
Al caer la noche by a Spanish band called Duncan Du. Well, I really at that time I didn't like in a special way this song, but one night maybe when I was 9 years old, I was listening to the radio, and there was a program dedicated to the anniversary of one of the most important radios here in Spain, radio station, yeah, Cadena Ser Madrid. I don't know if 25 years of Cadena Ser or maybe 15 years of Cadena Ser, I don't know. I was listening to that piece. I didn't like, but in the middle of the song, then I was listening to the one of the best guitar solos I had listened to in my life. And then was wow, amazing how this guy is playing the guitar. Wow. And after that solo, the lead singer's band announced the guitar player, and he said, at the guitar, Enrique Mateu de Villavicencio. Wow, I love Enrique Mateu de Villavicencio. What a sound, yeah. And then
he's based in your hometown, right? He's from, or he's grew up, or is he somewhere near you, or where was he based? Enrique
Mateu. He's well, at this time, at that time, Enrique was at Madrid, but now
he's in Madrid.
He's from Canarias.
Let's jump to track 3. This is Manuel Raquel, Tam Tam Go.
This tale will be better than previous one. Yeah, Manuel Raquel is I think that this is my favorite song when I was a child. Okay. We are talking about the same years that we were talking about with the Platters. Yeah. When I was 7, 8, 9 years old, yeah, it was a very famous song here in Spain. I think that in these years was a crazy song, an amazing song, because it was the first song here in Spain that was talking about gender question, transgender questions, transsexuality. Wow! But I was a child. I that was not important for me. Yeah, at that moment. But the lyrics of the song are absolutely great, because the lyrics are written by a Spanish filmmaker, Ricardo Franco, a great filmmaker, an obscure filmmaker, a Rimbaudian filmmaker. Yeah, and it was wow. And the lyrics written by Franco, wow, were they were amazing for the years. Yeah, and Tam Tam Go was a band with a very peculiar sound. They were so British. Here in Spain, we have our tambourines and our flamenco, and well, there was some movement into new statics, but no new romantics. And this sound was a London one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, well, in my house, we were listening to the first record of Tam Tam Go, of that band, the whole day. But it's curious because after that first record, Tam Tam Go published a second one, but they were not for musicians. There was 3 musicians. Hey, they have no drummer. They have lost their drummer, their drum player. Yes. Well, the second record, it was a hit also. But my brother and me, really, we don't like the second record, and then the third, and the third record, it was terrible for us. We didn't like that record, but there were 2 musicians. They were disappearing after each record. And then this is like a Poltergeist movie. You have seen that there was, I don't know how to say, but each time an actor was called for doing some movie, some Poltergeist movie, he died.
Oh,
yeah.
Of the movies
Poltergeist
that the
1, Poltergeist 2, Poltergeist 3. Ooh, well, Tam Tam Go was some kind of like that.
But the song Manuel Raquel, this is actually, how was the reaction in Spain? Because it was a pop song, right? It was on it was on the popular on the radio and whatnot. So it was the first more kind of accepted transgender song.
It was not a problem. About
Wow.
80s, it was not a problem. For my generation, that was never a problem.
Yeah.
Gay people, transgender people, everything was right. Everything is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nowadays, we have lost maybe these open ideas, these beautiful open ideas. Sure, because I think that nobody is a danger for no one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Then in Spain, for that moment, it was normal.
Yeah. I think the first song that I remember growing up, and I probably heard it later in the late 70s, 80s, was Lola by the Kinks. And that song probably touched on the fact that Lola could have been a man and then was Lola by night, maybe.
Oh, I don't know, because I have never translated lyrics of Lola. I don't know about what is talking the song. The main reason because I have chosen this song. 4 years ago from now, after my father's death, I was in a sort of depression. I was with a lot of anxiety. Yes.
Okay.
And then I decided to look for a psychoanalyst.
A psychoanalyst, yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know any. I have no names. I had no names. I was absolutely lost, and I looked for a psychoanalyst in the web, in the internet. Yeah, and I choose one. I think that it was a decision based in the peak of the psychoanalyst. I like the peak, the photo, and I say, well, he's an old man. Well, not an old man, but he's about 60 years old, maybe. And this is I like this guy, yeah. And I decided to go with him. And after the first session with him, he asked me, "Are you working these years? Are you working?" "Oh, sure, I'm still working. Yeah." "You?" Well, I'm a musician. I'm a composer. I'm a player. I am a musician. And here, wow, he opened his eyes. There was a light. There was a light. He opened, oh, a musician. Well, that was all. But every time, every session, we talk about my work, about music. Javier, this psychoanalyst, Javier, always with his eyes opened again and again and again. And then one day I asked him, Javier, do you play any instrument? And Javier said, well, I play some percussion, but it's a hobby. How we wow. And I thought that he was lying to me. Maybe not lying, but he was not telling the whole truth to me. Yeah. And then I decided to look in Google, and search for Javier Ortiz. And then I discovered that Javier Ortiz, my psychoanalyst, was the first drummer player of Tam Tam Go. Javier Ortiz.
Well, now we know why he left the band, because he became
when you
a
listen
psycho.
to Manuel Raquel, you listen to some strange breaks at the drums, yeah. A bit of Spanish flavor, yeah. It's very strange sound. Oh, this was Javier, my psychoanalyst. Yeah.
So did you tell him that you knew he was in Tam Tam Club?
Sorry?
Did you tell him that he was in Tam Tam Go?
Yeah.
What did he say to that?
Oh, well, he was smiling. Oh, you have looked at Google, yeah. Yeah, sure, I have looked at Google, but you have play with Jerry Gonzalez. Wow, a really great jazz man. Oh, but no, but this is why because Jerry was so crazy, and he called me, and wow, but you have played with and now Javier is a great drum player, and he has at least 2 different bands.
You're still playing music now?
Yeah, I have been last Saturday. I've been listening to his new band, Jeff7, Glass Floor 7. His debut, their debut here in Madrid, and I first met the daughter, Javier's daughter. So a very pretty girl, a very nice girl. So I have a very special relationship with my psychoanalyst. Yes. A magical relation.
Is he still your analyst or no?
Yeah, sure. I hope. I would love to spend a lot of years with him.
I bet.
Maybe 10 years. I would need 10 years because he is a very wise man.
Yeah.
Very wise man. And for me, I have no family at all. I have an aunt, but I have no father. I have no. Javier for me is a totem,
Yeah.
and he probably he would never be my friend because I think that's not a good idea that
No.
your analyst to be your friend. Yeah, but I don't need him to be my friend. I just need visit him once a month, maybe. Hey, Javier, and he's a Lacanian analyst, yeah, and he speaks in a very strange way, yeah. All the Lacanian school of psychoanalyst is wonderful because they are always doing a lot of strange things. I really love that. Yeah.
It's an incredible story.
It's incredible, and I have to say to you that next year, I will be recording a new project, a new record, and I have decided to record with Javier, with my psychoanalyst Javier, playing drums, yeah, and Enrique Mateo de Villavicencio playing the solo guitar.
Wow.
With both musicians, and then the third musician, it will be Daninello from Los Rebeldes, the other band of my early years, playing sax. I am thinking that I am getting a dream team of the Spanish music.
It sounds like a Freudian dream that you're creating.
Freudian, absolutely. Yeah. A few days ago, I was talking with my son Jorge, and I say to him, because he's working with other psychoanalysts, yeah, friend of the one of mine, friend of Javier, but not the same because it was not a good idea. And I asked my son, have you ever talked about Freud with your analyst? No, Daddy. No, absolutely not. Oh, I'm talking about Freud the whole day with my analyst. I am talking about love. Oh, that's a good idea. I think it's better to talk about love, but I am talking about Freud day and night. Yeah.
How old is your son?
20 years old.
20 years old.
20 years
So
old.
love is a big, important thing in his life right now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Ajay, let's jump to track 4.
Yeah.
This is Mike Oldfield, Sentinel. This is from Tubular Bells Part 2, the album.
Well, I think that every person must listen to Mike Oldfield.
Yeah. You hear him one way or the other, or you know the song from the first Tubular Bells, huh?
I think that nowadays Oldfield has become maybe is being forgotten by audience. Here in Spain, people don't listen to Mike Oldfield very often.
No?
No, no. The 80s, the 90s, but today, no. Mike Oldfield has been a real genius in music. I often listen to people saying, wow, Mike Oldfield, wow, is a great guitar player, but Crisis is one of the most amazing records in history. Crisis is, wow, Oma Down, one of the greatest records of every time. I have chosen Tubular Bells too because I was 9 years old, and I think that it was the first record that a person gave me. Yeah, at Christmas time. Yeah, my aunt asked me, "Oh, do you want some music in Christmas?" Yeah. And I would like Tubular Bells too, because Tubular Bells was a hit, was a radio hit, was amazing, was surprising, because we were listening to pop rock music, and then Tubular Bells, was a world success, yeah, and I was listening to Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells too for years, every night. I have chosen Sentinel, but maybe Tattoo or Dark Star. But really, I could choose any of the first records by Mike Oldfield. Platinum, wow, Platinum, it's wonderful. Wow, they were all great.
We jump to track 5. This is Bob Dylan with the song Hurricane.
What a great song. Yeah.
This is from 1975, his album Desire. Now, the song Hurricane is about Reuben Hurricane Carter, who was a boxer.
That's right. I think it was written, it was composed when Reuben Carter was at the media with a campaign, yeah, because he was put into prison without solid charges against him.
Yeah,
it was
wrongfully convicted of murder.
Was terrible. When you look at the judgment, it was absolutely racist, because he was black, and that's all. Yeah. I have to say that I was a teenager when I first listened to Hurricane, and I was shocked. But I was shocked due to the social content of the song, but the musicality of that song is really great. Also, I think that is one of the first electric violins played in a record. The violin by Scarlett. I have forgotten her name. Well, she was a great violin player, yeah. And then the sections for violin Hurricane were amazing, yeah. But I think that in my teenage years, this song was so important for me, because uh, I was discovering that music could help us to fight from social rights.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's very important not to listen to music just as form, just as a structure of sound ideas, because these sound ideas uh, we can take these sound ideas and use them for growing up as person. And I understand this through the song by Bob Dylan.
Yeah. I think this is definitely a great depiction of the situation and the horrific thing that happened to Reuben Carter, Hurricane Carter. And I think Bob Dylan has had that knack for creating these types of songs. He's from the 60s onwards, and he was able to write these kinds of protest songs, these kinds of songs to make you aware. And I think he definitely opened a lot of musicians' eyes as to it's more than just singing about the birds and the trees and hugging and loving. So I think that that's definitely was able to show that music does more than just unite people. It empowers people. It helps to change, and music it can be that kind of power to make change.
Yeah, you are right. And we can't forget, you shouldn't forget that almost during a lot of years, Bob Dylan's uh, was criticized, yeah, for his voice.
Mm,
He was a bad singer. He was singing through his noise and these kind of things. He taught us that his songs were really great ones,
yeah,
but very great songs. And you have a John Wyeth making versions, making covers, yeah, by Bob Dylan, and you have to say, wow, what a song. And I think that it's very important because it's not only protest song, it's not only social song,
right.
but is a good song, good
Yeah.
music, and social one. Dylan is great, absolutely great.
I think, and I've said this before on the podcast where there are some versions of Dylan songs that are better than his. And I stand by that. But at the same time, I still, when you listen to some of his versions, that, to me, I don't look at it like he's not a great singer. I look at the poetry to the words is just and how it just comes out, and it's him sharing his poetry.
Yeah,
And I think that's more important to me than having the best singer sing it. I think Jimi Hendrix and Joan Baez, like you said, have done some great versions of his songs because of their voice and their style and what they've done to change or transpose that song. But I would say, like, what am I? There's a song I've been listening to a lot. He was a friend of mine. It's I think maybe a B-side or something. I don't know where it's off of one of his things, but it's not a big hit. And it's just a simple. I've heard other versions, from different artists who've covered it a few times, but it's so simple and so just to the point. And the music and his voice, it to me, you can't. If he didn't write that, you wouldn't have anything to compare it to.
yeah.
So,
You are absolutely right. I want to tell you about a song that is not in the track list.
okay.
Uh, because I have discovered, I think a week ago from now, with a pupil of mine, Alberto. He really likes Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah? A song called Heart.
Yeah, of course.
There is a cover by Johnny
Johnny
Cash.
Cash. Johnny Cash.
Yeah. And then I say, hey, Alvaro, yeah, I can tell you about this song. It's a great song, but I prefer to talk to you about Johnny Cash. Because I really love Johnny Cash. But Alvaro said, no. I want to talk about the Nine Inch Nails song. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Then I start playing Hard but Nine Inch Nails. And then we discover that when the song is starting and the voice say, the line and the voice say, I, yeah, I heard, because the verse, the line says, I heard myself today.
Yeah.
Then he is singing, I heard, and when he says I, the chord, the guitar chord, is absolutely noisy.
In the Nine Inch Nails version.
Only in that one.
Yeah.
Because the other versions have forgotten this chord.
Yeah.
They say, I heard I was here, I am here singing, yeah, I am here. But Nine Inch Nails is saying I, due to the chord. And wow, always we have to listen to the music always in the voice and the interpretation of their creators.
Yeah.
Basically.
There's a lot of good stuff on YouTube or documentaries you can find with Rick Rubin and talking about when he was working with Johnny Cash and he gave him a bunch of songs to do or to suggest for him to cover and to play and record. And he gave him that early on. It was one of the first songs on the list was Hurt. And Johnny Cash just ignored it and he kept, just skipped it. And for
Oh,
4 or 5 times, he didn't. And then finally, I think Rick Rubin kind of called him out and said, "Hey, what about this song?" And he was like, so they did it in the end. And I think when Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails heard it, he was so angry because he felt like he lost that song. It was not his anymore.
oh, I didn't knew that story. It's a great story.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I do think you're right. The original, the composer who comes up with it, it's their art. But sometimes a version like that is a cover, they just take it and make it their own, and it happens rare. I think there's most people do still honor or own the original, but occasionally like this with Johnny Cash, he has just, and I think there's two camps: people who still love the Nine Inch Nails version, which of course, without that you wouldn't have Johnny Cash's version. But you're absolutely right, it's just like there's the emotion and the pain is in different places in the song for both of them. I think you're saying like the I in the beginning with this noise, it starts out with Trent and Nine Inch Nails, and then it really builds up towards with Johnny Cash. And the piano, I think to me is what really is kind of telling you about this song.
I agree with
Um,
you, absolutely.
Let's jump to track 6. Um, Now, this is from a Polish composer. Um, Penderecki is the
I
composer?
think Penderecki,
Penderecki, okay.
Christoph Penderecki, yeah.
Uh, Now, how do you say this is Threnody?
Threnody.
Threnody for the
Threnody.
victims of
Here in
Hiroshima.
Spain, we talk about Threnody, but I don't know. I don't know the real sound of the title. We talk about Threnody for the victims
Threnody,
of Hiroshima.
yes. And I think this was composed in 1960.
That's right. Well, I have chosen my 10-track list attending to the stories, yeah, to the human tales related to each song. But in this case, I have the need to choose one piece of music that responds to my personal likes, to my personal love, musical love, and this is I think that this is the most important orchestral score in my life. I really love this piece of music. This score is very important in my life because I was a student, a music student, when I discovered the music by Penderecki.
Yeah? Okay.
And I was I had very difficult years when I was a child because my family is a crazy one. I'm not exaggerating at all. My mom is not a good person, yeah, because she has some kind of, I don't know if she is maybe psychotic, maybe I don't know, a perverse person. I don't know, but she wow. Then I was an abused child, not sexual abuse, not sexual but abuse. And then when I discovered Penderecki music, I was living alone in Madrid.
Okay.
I had moved to Madrid, and for first time in my life, I was taking time for myself. I was spending my time with myself. Was absolutely relaxed. I have my work, I have my job, I have my money, I have my girlfriend, I have my time, and I started thinking about some issues that I hadn't got time or calm, yeah, for taking into account for my music. As, for example, math. Yeah, math, or maybe physics, relationship between math and physics with music. And then they were a couple of years with a lot of studying, were marvelous years, that wonderful years. And after taking some math classes, after taking some physics classes, attending all these classes, science, classes, I discovered that, in fact, I was not interested at all in these things.
You weren't interested in math or science?
No. Well, sometimes you have to study some things, but for discovering that this is not your path, so I was studying math, but I really disliked it. This is very very hard for me, very complicated. I don't want to be composing with a calculator. It was so crazy. Then there was the time, there was the moment where Penderecki knocked at my door and say, "Hey, guy, come with me. I have a solution for your life." Yeah.
Okay.
And I discovered that music could be well organized, could be well structured, could be the great music for the whole times, but with random sounds. Penderecki was writing music with drawings, open ideas, non-fixed ideas for orchestra. Play the highest note you can play at your violin. What is the highest note in a violin? Because a violin has no frets, hasn't got frets. So you can consider that this is the highest note, but you consider this and you that, and wow, and the result is wow. It was amazing for me because I was trying after all those abuses. I was trying to organize my mind. And composition, classical composition, math, and physics were very important for me because I was trying to organize the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, I am a very passionate person. I'm not rational at all. I am very passionate. My heart is beating. And then Penderecki was offering to me both sides of the problem. And then I embraced Penderecki. And well, I pass my days with new music by Penderecki. My friends are sending me new music. Hey, listen to this record. Hey, listen to this piece. Hey, listen to this. Well, it's great. Penderecki's with me the whole day after 20 years. Yeah, it's wonderful. I don't know if you have listened to Threnody. Have you listened to this piece?
Yes.
Yes, it's amazing. Did you like?
It was definitely interesting. The first time when I listened to it, I was trying to understand, and then I had to listen to it again to kind of just give it more, but it was that avant-garde kind of sound.
It's not an easy listening.
No.
No. One time I was here at my home, and there was here a painter, but a painter of the walls. Yeah. See, he was painting the house, and he was talking to me. Hi, man. Hi. He was saying a lot of things that I really didn't matter at all, and I he was, "Hi, did you attend to the football? Did you attend to basket? Did you? Oh, please shut up!" And and I decided, because you should not say to a person, "Shut up." Yeah, so I decided to say to him, "Hey, guy, I have I would like to listen to some music. Yeah, I'm turning on the radio. Yeah, okay. Yeah, put Penderecki on. Yeah, yeah." And then the painter was there. He looked at me and he was in absolute silence. The rest of the day, it was great. It was great.
Let's jump to track 7. This is Alberto Iglesias.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
Habla con ella.
Hable con ella. Speak with her. I think that was the title in. Well,
This is from a soundtrack, right?
Yeah, it's a soundtrack by Alberto Iglesias for a Pedro Almodóvar movie. Yes,
Oh, the great.
the great. Here in Spain, sometimes people, I think Spanish, wow, we are just crazy because a lot of people say, "Oh, Pedro Almodóvar. Oh, no, Pedro, he's overrated."
Okay.
But vaya chancho, mira, Pedro Almodóvar is a genius, and Alberto Iglesias is a genius. I have chosen this piece because this piece is the one that that was with me when I divorced.
Okay.
I was father of a child, my son Jorge. Yeah, when I was too young, I was 25 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I was 26 years old, I was divorced.
Okay.
It was wow, was a crazy life. Yeah, it was a shock, and it was a hard, a very hard moment for me because I really didn't want to divorce.
No.
I don't know. I don't know if I really love my girl. Yeah, but I didn't want to divorce because we were parents.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not for me. I didn't want to live this, but she was so clear, and then she said to me, if you want to maintain yourself playing music and composing, we have to divorce. What you are saying? What's the problem with you and with the music? Well, I don't know if that reason was the search and reason the right one. If it was the truth, I don't mind. But it was a shocking moment because she was very hard with me. I don't know.
Pretty
I don't know
vacant
what
tongue.
was. One day, I have my clothes.
Are you ready?
Money, and I have no key, no home.
Right.
Then, well, I was walking direction, and I looked for a hotel. I had 20 euros with me. Yeah, 20 euros only with me, and then I need to sleep, to find a bed and eat something.
Yeah.
Because it was my money, and then I well, I found it a hotel that had a 10 euros rate for night.
Wow.
Think about that bed. It was a cavern. It was but one. that was my option. Yeah. So I paid the Hable room, and then I walk again to the streets because well, I prefer being walking through the city after that, being in that bed. And then I discover a new record store there waiting for me. And then I say, well, it's a good place for spend some time and go. Then I go into that shop, and there was a record by Alberto Iglesias, Hable con ella, there waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, wow, really love that music. I was looking the movie. I was watching the movie a few days ago, and I said, well, I have two options. I could eat something, but I could buy this record and go through the hotel room and pass the whole night listen to the record. Yeah, because the music of Hable con ella was not so interesting for me, except that track.
Mm-hmm.
Except that track, because the ending credits, okay, the final credits, the credits roll, it was a roll with music by Alberto Iglesias, with a very simple orchestration, a sort of fandango, maybe a paso doble, yeah, some kind of folk music, folk Spanish music. But this score was played by the solo guitar of Vicente Amigo. The guitar player at the piece was the flamenco guitar player Vicente Amigo.
Okay.
When I listened to the guitar solo by Vicente Amigo, wow! How can a man, how it's possible to obtain this sound on a guitar? Because Vicente Amigo, wow, it's like he's beating the strings with the fingers. He's amazing. And then I decided to buy the record and not to eat for 24 hours.
Wow.
Then go to the hotel. And I thought, at that moment, I consider that I would prefer to die into the happiness, inside the happiness, with Vicente Amigo and with Alberto Iglesias, than eat something but being so sad. And this is a powerful idea that it's with me every day of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an incredible story.
Yeah. Maybe excessive story. Maybe I am a bit excessive man, but it's my life. It's my way of life. It's my way of thinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds to me like you put music first.
If a man, if a person doesn't put music first, or love first, but a small love, the love that you
The love of music.
love of music, love of a song, love
Mhm.
of a flower. Then what? Then what? And maybe you can consider that the love for your for your wife, maybe it's more important because she's your wife, and for your son, wow, because he's my son. What you are doing is a sort of slave person for you.
Do you think a lot of artists have to make this decision? And some of them, maybe they don't have to choose as extreme as you had to choose, but do you think that they do still choose their art over their families sometimes, even though they may love their families, their art is still always first?
No, I think this is a legend, a
Okay.
romantic legend.
Okay.
Because if you don't attend to your son, to your wife, to your friends, to your family, to your flowers, then you are crazy. You're
Mm.
absolutely crazy. And if you are crazy, you are not a good musician.
Right.
It is absurd. When a creator had been into madness for a long time, there is no works in that period. There is no works in that years. There's no paintings. There's no scores.
Mhm.
Maybe we are a bit crazy. Maybe we have one hand into madness and one hand into reality. That's possible, but one hand, no, both hands. This is impossible. This is impossible. It's maybe it's it sounds very amazing to say music after all, music the first, yeah. But this is absurd because you have to go to the school and
Yeah.
stay with your
You have
child. Yeah,
life to contend with.
yeah, yeah.
Let's jump to track 8. This is Mark Knopfler,
Who
Potato Picking. This is from
who?
the soundtrack Cal.
Yeah. This is a Spotify rap said to me last week that I have been listening to Mike Oldfield's Call. I don't know, but hundreds and hundreds of minutes.
Okay.
Really crazy. It's really crazy. Uh, it was crazy because this is this way every year. Every year on my flight, I've listened to Call by Knopfler.
Mhm.
I really love music by Mark Knopfler. I think Knopfler is wow, amazing player, one of the greatest electric guitar players of all times.
Mhm.
And maybe the soundtracks by Knopfler are not very good ones. I think that Local Hero, it's a poor score. But the main theme in Local Hero is Going Home. Yes, the
Mhm.
title. Going Home with that sax solo by Wrecker. Yeah, it's wow. It's a video. But the whole score is it doesn't work at all. And the Princess Bride, oof, I think it's horrible music. Yeah, but Carl, so I really dislike this music. But Carl, it's a great record. I really love Carl. Call was recorded with a lot of maybe not a lot, maybe a plenty of the best Celtic musicians, Irish and Scottish musicians, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a record that has a very special sound because it has a sort of delay put over the whole master of the work.
Okay.
You never do that thing. It's a very strange thing. Maybe in UK, in United Kingdom, maybe some producers do that kind of things, that a set reverb or set delay or set chorus in the whole master of the work, in the whole mixed of the work. But in United States, that's horrible. That they would be thinking that you are crazy if you, hey man, can you put some delay in the whole? What are you doing, man? But it's wow, it's very special. But I don't know if it is in the whole master, but I think so, because wow, the tin whistle, yeah, the flute, this small flute, Irish small flute, yeah, the tin whistle has a lot of delay. That wow, but a lot, and the record is creating an atmosphere that, well, I have to confess, I have to tell to you, this is a great sound for sleeping, and that's why Spotify tells me that I am listening to Core a lot of hours, because I am playing that record the whole night.
Okay.
I don't stop the music in the whole night. I'm listening to music whole night while I'm sleeping, and I'm listening to Mark Knopfler each and every night of my life. Listen to Call, because
So that's your music to sleep to.
yeah. Then maybe I open an eye, maybe 4 a.m. Yeah, then I open an eye and I listen to that routine whistle, and I think, oh yeah, it's all right, and then I can close my eye and be quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was because when I was at my hometown, well, when I was living in Madrid, I had moved to Madrid, but when I was there visiting my family, yeah, due to my family was crazy, so I've told you before.
Yeah.
I was there visiting them, but they start shouting, they start with these crazy things, and then I started to go to my mom's car that was stopped. This car was always stopped in front of the estuary, in front of the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I have no driving license. I am not able to drive a car. Yeah.
No.
Because I don't like cars in movement, but I love cars when they are stopped. And then I went to the car in front of the sea, in front of the ocean, and it was a cassette, because Carl, I had Carl in a cassette. Then it was my soundtrack for that times, that moment in front of the sea, and I was there waiting the hours to pass for moving home again, and I was listening to Carl because this thing whistle and this guitar by Knopfler was giving me a lot of peace.
Mm.
Then I think that my mind has been chained to this memory the whole of my life. Then when I am nervous, I listen to Carl, and 5 minutes with Carl, I am absolutely relaxed.
Wow. So you've taken that sort of moment when you were younger and you've turned it now as to this is a place that will kind of keep you in that safe or peace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's incredible.
It's the first track, the fourth track, the fifth track of the record. It's an embrace for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe sometimes I think that look at that we are talking about Freud at every moment. Yeah, we are still talking about Freud, but I think that maybe it would be possible for me to find new songs and then new embraces.
Yeah.
But modern sound, it's not an embrace at all. Modern digital sound, it's very hard. And then it's not possible for me to find new music that embraces me. It's very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
And music had become less experimental in sound, because this idea by Knopfler of setting a lot of delay effects, this is not possible today. Maybe in France things are different. I am thinking about what this band named Thach.
Thach?
A band named Thach.
Okay, I don't know if I know them.
I don't remember that song. Well, it was a very classic sound. It was a hit. It
Okay.
was a French band. It was a hit here in Spain. I don't know but even mainstream products like the Alice ones. Do you know Alice?
No, I don't think so.
A pop singer, or and maybe these commercial recordings are less hurtful than Spanish ones. In Spain, in the Spanish industry, we have arrived at a very hard sound for me. I really dislike this sound.
Let's jump to track 9. We get to Mickey Newbury. This was an American trilogy.
Wow. Do you know music by Mickey Newbury?
I don't know a lot of his stuff, but I'm very familiar with this one because it was obviously made famous by Elvis.
By Elvis. That's right. That's right. I should choose the Elvis version, but I think that this is the original one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were talking before about versions and originals, and maybe this is an exception because the version by Elvis, wow, it's a great one. But my story behind this song, I think that fits better with the original one, because this is a song that for me is a song about my father.
Okay.
My father was a very peculiar man,
Okay.
very strange mind, a very peculiar man. He was, wow, very strange. But he was a good man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was really a good man. He was, of course, he was divorced from my mother. Yeah, because my mother was really crazy, but my father not.
Right. Okay.
Oh no, my father. He was a great man, but my father, he was a marine. He was a captain in marine.
Okay.
Okay. And I am a musician, so it was a very difficult for us to talk between us. We it was impossible because my father, well, he didn't talk about nothing, but it was not something that with me that occurs with me. It was he was that way.
In general, that's how he was.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah.
And so my father was he wants he always wanted to give you an impression of younger. He want to be the younger man of the party. But daddy, you are old. Ah, shut up. I'm not tall, right? Yeah. And then he liked to go in the car with modern music, but the reggaeton music and and disco music, it was crazy because my father was 60 years old, 61 years old, 62 years old, 63 years old, and he was whoa with reggaeton at the car. But daddy, but if you really you don't like this kind of music, but you like Elvis. Why you are not setting Elvis at the radio channel or to rock and roll station radio something, because the favorite song of my father was an American Trilogy by Elvis.
Wow. Okay.
Father was at the car, and then here listening to the trumpets, the trumpet section, yeah, bah, 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 while my father was there at the car. Yeah, and wow. But if you like this music and I like this music, why have we to been listening to this reggaeton, terrible reggaeton, yeah? And it was a strange idea for me, and I was considering my father something like an idiot for so many
Okay.
years. Yeah. I have to say this, but when my father was dying, he he told me a story. He was not able to move any muscle of his body.
The muscles of his body he couldn't move.
Uh,
No. Okay.
he he could move only two fingers, three fingers, and then he uh, um, he was
So he was
writing.
paralyzed?
What?
Was he paralyzed?
I don't understand.
Like if you can only barely move your fingers, but the rest of your whole body you cannot move, it's like you're paralyzed, they say in English.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Sorry, I was not understanding you. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Wow.
Then
Oh.
well, and the eyes,
Yeah, of course.
the eyes. But he was not with the dementia. His mind was there, was
Right.
perfect. His mind, and then he was there writing at a PC, yeah, for
He couldn't speak?
at all,
No. Okay.
at all.
Wow.
And he told me a story because I was asking him some things about the life in the sea. But sometimes I asked him for some. It was not important things, like, how, Daddy, have you ever been swimming with a turtle on your side in the ocean? Yes, turtles are very beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe my father was not a traditional good father, but I prefer a father with a turtle. This is a magical idea. And he was telling me the tales. And one day I discovered a document in which it was a letter sent by the Spanish government to my father.
Okay.
In that letter, the government of Spain was recognizing my father with a distinction. And I had no idea about all of that. So I asked my father, my old father, asked him, Daddy, are you a veteran of Vietnam? What is this? What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah.
And my father said to me, well, this was when I was last years of my working years, when I was in maritime rescue, yes, for the Gulf of Spain. Do you remember when I was nearly Africa, nearly Madagascar, with the ships by the year, with all those immigrants that were trying to arrive to Spain, and I was working there? Yeah, I can't remember perfectly that. No? But Daddy, you were I know that tale, but you were a delinquent because Sean, this is the real thing. My daddy was a great man because he was a delinquent.
He was a what?
A delinquent. He was making a serious fault because he was the captain of the ship, of the rescue ship, and my father was against the law.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because when my father was looking at the radar and detect a ship with immigrants arriving to Spain, my daddy closed his eyes
and let the ship go by.
Let the ship go by.
Wow.
Because he often said that if he went for them, then they had no opportunity for survival.
Yeah.
But maybe if he went against law, maybe they could survive.
Yeah.
And wow, this is a great. But the leather was for another thing.
Mm-hmm.
The leather was because one night at the ocean, my father, one time and one time again, look at the rudder, and then he could see that the immigrant ship was going straight to a storm.
Okay.
And he called the plane, the rescue plane, and asked them how many people are in this ship.
In the boat, yeah.
And they told him that maybe 3,000.
3,000. Wow.
He say, wow. Do you think there are children that ship? And they say, Captain, there are a lot of children there.
A lot of children. Wow.
There are a lot of children, and there are a lot of women. And then my father called the tripulation and told them, we have two options.
Mm-hmm.
One, let him die. Let them die. Because it's a storm, and this is the Atlantic Ocean. They are going to die. The second option is try to arrive to that ship and save them from the storm. But maybe then everything and every people here die with day. Because it's a storm in the Atlantic. This is not a joke.
Right.
And then the tripulation said, oh, well, it's an excessive risk for us. We are not shipping there. And then my father said to them, well, I think better. This is not an option. We are going to that storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father, when he was there, he told me that was the hell, the real hell. Because the waves were giant. And there was no way to access to the small ship, and he said to his tripulation, said, there is one technique in rescue that we have to try. This technique was to put the motors full of strength and go straight through a wave. because the wave, the pressure of the water of the wave sucks your ship.
Okay.
But when the wave goes through, the ship goes upwards. Yeah? And then that ship could cock the smaller ship as a spoon. And then just they are here with us.
So they caught the smaller ship.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
But there is one unique option. If this does not work, that's all for them. That's all for us. That's all for everybody, because we are at the heart of a giant wave.
Yeah.
And well, my father was able to do this.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. And he arrived home. And it's that kind of things that you are not understanding when you are young, because your father one day is working for rescue for the government, and the other day he say, "I'm not working anymore." But Daddy, but you are too young. Why you are not? Where are you not working anymore? I'm really tired of working. I have money. I don't need to work. But a few months before dying, he was telling me that this was because he was with this distinction by the government, and he the pressure was so excessive for him.
Yeah.
He and his days destroyed, because that years he looked so many people dying at the sea. It's not a joke when we talk about immigrants, and we are talking these days with these political issues about immigrants, immigration, about Europe. Well, that's a problem. You can't forget that this is a problem, but you have no chance for saying, "Hey, immigrants, go home." This is absurd, because they are humans.
Yeah.
And my father spent a lot of his working years looking at people dying at the sea.
That must be heartbreaking.
Yeah. Because we can talk, we can think, it's my home, I have a coffee, and I have my TV, and then immigrants go home. Hey man, what are you saying? You have no idea of what are you saying.
Yeah.
I am not saying, son, that I have the better idea for this. I really understand all that people that say that this is a problem. Well, because this is a problem, but we have to put a name for this problem and then look for solutions for this problem. And this is right. And maybe you are at the right, and you say, this is my option. Well, and maybe you are to the left, and hey, this is my option. Well, I don't have to say that one is better than another. I'm an artist. I'm not a politician. I have friends on both sides. Yeah, I really respect both sides, but we have to talk properly. We have to study to think about our words in order to look for real solutions. We need to put solutions. Yeah, it's very important for me. I have raised my thumb.
Hachè, let's get to your last track. This is track 10. Now, this is a composition that you created, called Atlantique.
L'Atlantique, yeah.
L'Atlantique.
Well, it's hard to say if I have chosen this track of mine as the final track for the list, or maybe I have chosen the 9 tracks, previous 9 tracks, for letting us to arrive to this 10th track, because I have been telling you.
When did you write this?
Last April, maybe
2024.
2025.
In 25. Okay, so this is a recent composition. Okay.
Sure, absolutely recent. I was thinking about these days. I was thinking about to do a new work. And I was thinking about that I need a work that I was able to play myself at the piano. I've been composing a lot of years for other players and contemporary and modern music. It's very difficult that a player could maintain your music in his concerts. This is a very difficult question, yeah. Things about John Cage, or maybe Pierre maybe Penderecki, Luciano Berio, yeah.
Okay.
His music is not being played. Maybe in Europe, maybe in France, maybe in Germany, but here in Spain, in Italy, in Portugal, players are not playing that music. And I was really bored by this question. I am spending a lot of time composing a score, and then you play the whole work 1 time, 2 times. This is absurd. But if public I really love that piece, why are not you playing more and more? And I say, well, I'm really tired with this situation. Most of the times, museums and concert venues are calling to you because you are playing a piece of mine. You are playing the premiere of a piece of my piece, yeah. And then, well, because I'm tired, I am playing my own music, that song, yeah. Well, I was thinking about to start playing my music, and then I went to Facebook one night. I was playing at the piano.
Okay.
And then I go to Facebook or spend some time. And then I could see a big photograph of a person, of a very important person in my life, about maybe 89 years old, maybe, I think. She was so old, and she had died.
Okay.
And it was a very special moment for me, because I for me it was very difficult to assume the death of my father. I recently, I think that it was this year, when I was able to say, wow, that's right, my daddy is not with me. Yeah. And a few months after this, I could see that that woman had also died. And my mind was drawing a circle, setting a point at the end. All these thoughts. Because this woman was always known for being married with one of the greatest poets of all times in Galicia.
Okay.
Antón Avilés de Taramancos, the name of the
That's
poet.
who she was married to.
Yeah? Antón Avilés de Taramancos. She was his wife. And one of the I really love the songs of this poet and this woman. Okay, because they are friends of mine, and the older, he is himself a great filmmaker. Luis Aviles Vaquero is a great filmmaker in Galicia, and the other sons. Santiago is a great friend of mine. Santiago is, wow, we have been drinking a lot of beers in town, yeah. And wow, I was shocked thinking about the family, what a pain. But start thinking about this woman, about Sofia.
Okay.
Sofia Vaquero. And then I thought, well, this new record has to be dedicated to Sofia. Because, Sean, I have been talking with Sofia, I think maybe 5 times, 6 times, maybe. It's a poor number of times for a very important portion in your life, yeah. But my first memory in my life is Sofia saying to me, if you are not able to say thanks, then it's better to keep your mouth wise closed.
Okay.
Wow.
Wise words.
Yeah. Each time I talk with Sofia, he was telling me that kind of things. And the most important were when I was an adult, when I was divorced, and I can't remember when I was visiting my hometown, and I told her, "Oh, Sophia, I'm divorced. and the people there say, "Wow, you are too young for this," and Sophia say, "Wow, wow, because it's no matter. It's absurd. People is not young or old for being father, for being divorced, for oh, you should be more human. You are you are directing yourself as an animal."
Hmm.
Wow, because you have to think that Sophia was a Colombian person. He was from
Okay.
Colombia, and Sophia met her husband Anton Aviles de Tramancos there in Colombia. Yeah, and it wasn't an easy life in Colombia.
No.
It was very hard. And then he came to Spain, start again. He was hard working the whole of her life. But he was important because she was important because she was married with a poet. No, man. No, man. This was absurd. So Atlantic has become for me a symbol of the whole process.
Hmm.
Now my father is gone, Sophia is gone, all my family is gone.
Hmm.
I can't talk about that. I can play more melodical music. And this is a starting point for a new life.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of deep personal feelings and memory go into this piece that you composed.
Yeah, sure. Maybe these days, a lot of magazines and blogs having written about this piece of music of the
Hmm.
Atlantic, and there is a good sense about this piece that everybody is telling that is not an explosive music. It's a music that grows, that builds itself, that is always building itself, that has no a clear direction.
Hmm.
Uh, and this is great because this is that. It is not a clear idea, but I am not a clear man at all. My mind is it's always very confused. Yeah, maybe you can think that I am a very confusing man because I am talking in English and this is not my language. Yeah,
Yeah.
but when I am talking in Spanish, I am same the same confused man. Maybe I am a bit clearer than here, but I am this way. My words are always this way.
I get that. I think although it might take you more just to kind of do the translation into English, I feel like what you're saying is what you're feeling, and what you're
Yeah,
feeling is how you feel in what you say.
yeah. Well, I think that we can finish this amazing conversation telling you that my mom, that crazy one, she was an English teacher.
Okay. So you can thank her or be more upset with her because she.
English,
Yeah.
English. Wow, it's very difficult for me because when I was a child, she was there with English and with madness, and with English and with madness, and I say, no, English, no, please. But I do my best.
Yeah, of course. Well, I appreciate that. What's the best place for people to find you if they want to connect with you? I know you have your music is on Spotify. Is maybe it's on other platforms as well.
Well, I think I prefer Instagram, for example.
Yeah.
I really like Instagram. It's a good place for me. But I have Instagram as HACHè COSTA, so easy. Facebook,
Yes.
or a lot of people mails me through my website.
HACHECOSTA.com is your website.
That's right.
Okay.
But I prefer Instagram. It's a great place.
Hache, thank you so much for being my guest, for sharing your stories and these, and obviously introducing me to so many new songs. And I guess I don't think I'm ever going to listen to Twilight Time the same way again because it's got such a. Now I have to find your favorite guitar hero and try to look him up, the Spanish guitarist you mentioned, and see if I can find his music and hear him too.
Maybe I don't know if we will be recording at Madrid with Enrique and Javier. But maybe you could stay at Madrid a few days. It would be great if you.
I haven't been to Madrid in a few years. It's been a while now, so it's been a while.
But I can write to you, and maybe you could talk with them, and maybe do a record a podcast in the studio. It would be a great moment.
Yeah. Wow, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Ajit, I wanted just to say thank you again and to wish you the best and much more respect for this new composition and to hear if you have new stuff coming out. I wish you the best for that. As I say goodbye, I say to everyone to be kind, be humble, and be love. And I wish that on to you as well. And I look forward to hearing some of your new music and to stay in touch.
A lot of thanks for you. You are really great.
Pretty vacant times.
Are you ready?
It suffers for his sports jacket.